Hi everyone. So it has been a couple of weeks since I put out a video. A couple of questions have come up, and especially when some of my friends knew about the Pacific Crest Trail, that I was going to do that, and then I didn't because of COVID-19, and I hope that everybody is safe. So backpacks came up, and I did bring up two backpacks. Actually, there's a third one over there. Let me get that one. That's Olive Oil's Camelback. I have one just like that, but it's in storage. Right back. Oh, okay, so I'm back. Hope the lighting is okay. I have the window curtains closed because it's about pretty close to 100 degrees outside here in Murrieta, California, Riverside County, 26 miles away from Bird's Eye. From San Jacinto, Mount San Jacinto. Anyway, discussing backpacks. There's a lot of people, a lot of my friends, well, I'm going to say a few of my friends. They hike and do mainly day hikes. I'm not familiar with anybody that of my personal friends that outside of the hiking world that have done any overnight backpacking. And the question came up, is like, oh wow, if I'm gonna start doing that, what kind of backpack should I take? And that's a very good question. And if things happen the way it did with me, and the way it happened to a lot of people, you get a backpack, you use it, and you find out that it's not really working for you in one way or another, and then you get another one, and then you get another one. So throughout the years, I've collected a few of them. Some of them have already gone by the wayside. But I basically have 8. REI Traverse 70, 4 pounds, 13 ounces. Osprey Exos 48, 2 pounds, 8 ounces. ULA Circuit, 2 pounds, 8 ounces, or 40 ounces for both of them. And I also have an Osprey 36, Stratus 36, which was a day pack, a very big day pack. But that one weighs 3 pounds, 1 ounce, which is heavier than a backpacking pack here or here. So I've been using this as a day hiking pack many times. Matter of fact, here at home right now, I don't have a day pack. I just use that whenever I go out, and I haven't been going out. It's been a while now. Hopefully I'll plan to. I will do some hikes down the road. I want this COVID-19 to move on, and all the people are doing some day hikes, and they're doing them because they don't have to be going to towns and resupplying and all this, and they take whatever out there. There's nothing wrong with day hikes, and I'm just not doing them right now. When I do them, I'll definitely want to be vlogging those. So anyway, those right there. I got the Stratus 36, 3 pounds, 1 ounce. I got the Osprey Manta 28, which I love. That's my favorite day pack. It weighs 2 pounds, 6 ounces. And that one has the Osprey AG anti-gravity suspension, which is a fantastic suspension. I have a Mammoth, M-A-M-M-O-T, I believe it is, maybe UT. 25. It's a relatively small pack. I would not put anything over 20 pounds in that pack, although I have put pretty close to 20 pounds in that. I have what else do I have? I have one like this, Camelback Mule. Exactly like this. Is Olive Oil's. I have a small little Hawaiian named pack that fits just a wallet and a couple of other things. I also have a fanny pack that I use as well occasionally. And so I have a total of 8. So anyway, yeah, there's a bunch, and then you start off with one, then for whatever reason, you end up with a ton. What I did want to show was the differences in 2 main styles of backpacks. You're normally going to have, and they're going to be made of different materials. So let me bring on this style right here. Okay, you'll often find a suspension that has some leeway inside here. Gregory has some of those. The Ospreys have some that has that. There's different ones and things that you can look at to see what fits you better, what you like. This kind of gives a little bit of wind going through there and helps so that you don't sweat as much, but you're going to sweat anyway. So this style of backpack, some of them have little pockets that I can use for putting candies, or my older cell phones used to fit in there, now new ones don't. My older cell phones, I got more food over here. My older cell phones used to fit, but not anymore. Who cares what I have in here? More kind bars. Whoa. Hand sanitizer, always take it. Okay, so these here are called load levelers. Okay, you put them on, and then when you put them on, you get this and you tighten them up according to how you want it. Normally, I just pull these all the way up. That's why backpacks like, for example, this is just an example, Hyperlight Mountain Gear, HMG, Southwest, or Windrider, or the Junction, fantastic packs. They don't even have these low levelers. They just kind of keep it at a certain strap length, I guess I would call it, and that's it. You can't adjust it, and it works well as long as it fits you properly. Okay, this one here has and I favor this personally. It has what they call a lid or a brain, and it has a pocket up on top that I put a lot of stuff. Right now I just have a pen. And I'll tell you right now what I like about this. A lot of people don't like lids. They think or they say it adds a little bit too much weight. This particular style, it has one right here. And whenever I use this pack, ouch, I always put my medical kit, my first aid kit, and it's always on the underside of the lid. And olive oil, or whoever I'm hiking with, will know where it's at. If something happens to me and I need it or they need it, they know where it's at. They don't have to go searching for it. This particular lid can come undone. It comes undone here, and some backpacks have it so you can have it undone and take it off, and then they'll have a cover. This cover here will go down, and this can actually fit in here and cover the backpack up instead of using the lid. But I always use a lid when I have a pack like this. I don't take it off because I like it. Okay, my Traverse 70, which is in storage, I don't have right now. It does not have one of this, and I highly recommend it. A mesh. This is a really nice mesh. I like the mesh on a pack like this, and it's one of the things to consider, I think, when you go out looking for a backpack, is how this mesh is. One second. This is called a Z seat. It's just a little pad. You can use anything. Sit down so that you won't sit on any thorns or whatever, and then later on be like, oh, my butt hurts. So it does happen. Get up here. Anyway, something like this you can put back here if you're going to take one. Normally, I'll put it back here, or I'll tie it down on the bottom in here, where down it goes. I'll put it down on the bottom sometimes, just depends. But something like this is really good because it's a mesh, and if you have wet clothes or wet shoes or something like that, you can put it back here, and the sun hitting it, it'll dry up. A lot of times this happens when you're out there backpacking. You don't have the luxury of going out for 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours, coming back and then just taking your clothes off and changing, taking the shower, whatever. You need it to dry, so this is good to have a mesh. Okay, I recommend that. My Traverse 70 does not have a mesh. It has 2 pockets on the sides with a zipper on it, and you put stuff in there. It doesn't have a mesh at all, and I don't like that. My Stratus 36, which is a day pack that can be used for backpacking. There was a lady that worked for the REI in Encinitas. She did the John Muir Trail on a 36-liter pack. Some people can do them with smaller packs. Me, this is about as small as I want to go. Some people are ultralight and they have a lot of small stuff. And you can look at ultralight. There's different channels out there where people will show their gear for ultralight. Ultralight is normally when you have a base weight, which is basically anything that is not a consumable. In other words, it's not the fuel, it's not the water, it's not the food. It's things that are just not consumables. So therefore, or they will run out. You'll use them like that fuel, for example. The base weight will be less than 10 pounds. And some of these people have 7 pound, 8 pound. I knew this one guy who, I met him up in the Sierra when we were doing a day hike up there. He had an 8 pound base weight, which is really good, really good. Anyway, you have side pockets. Now, Osprey, even my Manta 28, has pockets where you can, on the side, you can put water, you can put your tent, you can put whatever you want in here. I normally put water, and they have pockets where it can go on the front. Okay, on the front. Or on top. And I use on this side over here, I normally put a liter in here. This side over here, I'll put 3/4 of a liter, and I have it sticking out this way. If I have a full liter, I'll do it straight up, otherwise it'll fall out. And then any additional liter that I'll need more water, I'll put them either in the back mesh or I'll put them inside the pack itself. Okay, I'm not going to go into any more details. I did want to mention the main difference that you will see in a lot of backpacks. This lid, the side pockets, just about all of them have side pockets, and something in the back. Some form. This is actually called the front. I call it the back because it's further back on me, but it's technically called the front. Go figure. But anyway, so, and then you'll find a lot of them have little straps like this, and I like straps because you can put things like the InReach personal beacon locator beacon. I have this little baby diaper because they have a safety on, so the baby won't get poked, but also safety so they won't come out. So I use those in case I want to hang something on my pack. Okay, so one of the things that I like about having this, and I do think it's something to consider, everything about a backpack you should take into consideration if you're going to get one, I think. I've never used a ditty bag. A ditty bag is something, when I was in a Navy in boot camp, years ago, they gave us a ditty bag, which is just a cotton bag that you put all your extra miscellaneous stuff in it. That's what a ditty bag is. It's just putting your miscellaneous stuff in there. Okay. I've never carried a ditty bag when I have this style of backpack. My day pack, which is a Mammoth 25, it has a lid, but that one you cannot detach. And again, I put my first aid kit on the bottom, and on top I'll put stuff, miscellaneous stuff, suntan lotion, bug repellent, and just other things. Back here, okay. So I'll go ahead and just mention to you that this is not waterproof. It is still nylon, I believe it is. And the doggies. And if you get it wet, everything inside is going to get wet. You don't want to get your sleeping bag wet. If it's synthetic or if it's down, you don't want to get it wet. Okay, a synthetic sleeping bag, synthetic puffy jackets, whatever, versus down synthetic, normally it'll keep you warm. But you still want to be in a wet sleeping bag, even though it'll keep you warm. Not me. So I have it down, and I use a contractor bag or a compactor bag. Either one of those work. I've seen them being sold as contractor bags at the store, like Walmart or whatever, and also compactor, you know, those trash compactors that people have in houses. They're a little bit sturdier than just a regular trash bag. And you put them inside here, and then everything, like I put my sleeping bag, I'll put my night sleeping clothes in there. And then on top of that, my puffy jacket, being that I might need it, I'll put it in a dry sack. Because this is a dry sack. Water won't get in here. Okay, and this is where I stuff my puffy jacket. This is a dry sack. And I'm pointing this out because the next pack that I'm going to show you has a dry sack style. Okay? So this is what I use as a ditty bag. Don't carry a ditty bag with me. Something to consider when you're going to get an overnight backpacking pack. Or even day packs too, but these guys tend to be more expensive. I think this one costed right around $200. I don't remember. So I think I got it in 2016, I believe it was. Yeah, it's had pretty good use. This guy here still has some stuff in it. That has nothing in it, I think. Okay, so this backpack here, see, I have to have this guy here. Well, I don't have to, but I put an extra little bag here, and that adds weight. Again, I have my little baby diaper thingies here where I can hang stuff on. Here, normally my compass, this is a Sunto M3. The compass normally goes in my pocket. Ben's DEET for bug spray. There's other stuff that doesn't have DEET on it you can use. Right now, this is just a couple things that I have in here. And I normally put like chapstick and stuff like that, or chapstick might just go in my pocket. So I have this little guy here because this backpack here does not have a brain or lid. Okay. This here on the side, normally I have this up on top. I have it here simply because I just need somewhere to put it. It's a Tyvek, goes under the ground, under the tent, so that things don't get, poke a hole through the tent and later on get water in it and get my stuff wet. Very light, good durable Tyvek, the kind that you find in construction places where they put them on the walls or whatever of houses. The thermometer, I have another one that's in the car right now. It's a digital thermometer. This one here I have such a hard time reading. Gotta put my glasses on and then just go like, oh, okay, it looks like maybe 82, 83. Gives you an idea what the temperature is like. This is, right now I have my tent stakes in here on the side, so I keep those there. And I do keep them there. Water will go through here. This kind of pad does not have the forward pocket where you can reach it out with your hand. You've got to be a little bit of a contortionist, but you can do it with a. This doesn't really fit. The bottle in here is just too tight. Side pocket, and here's the big thing right here. That a pack like this is a strap. See down here, kind of like that dry sack that I just showed you. And then it opens up. And that's how you close it. It does not have a lid or a brain. I just have stuff in here. Like I said, this is not a review of this pack, but it's just showing you a couple of main differences of two style of packs. Normally you're going to have packs that will have this kind of closure or this kind of closure. Some will have a lid, some will not have a lid. Things to consider. And this is my ditty bag. I have to have a ditty bag. I'm not going to really go into what I have in here, but this is my miscellaneous stuff. And normally in this pack, my first aid kit goes in my ditty bag. There's a lot of stuff in here that I have. I don't need everything in here, so to cut ounces down depending on how much weight I have, I can fill my bottle of Dr. Bronner soap right here. So yeah, I have it in a dry sack simply because it's very, I don't have to have anything there dry except for the first aid kit. I don't want my Band-Aids and things like that to get wet. This one over here, again, it does have the load levelers. And this one comes with a little strap on each side here where you can put your hands on and rest them. I took them off. I don't need them. I don't necessarily like them. This one here has a lot of straps. Again, load levelers. It has these same. All packs you're going to find are going to have this right here, where after you put your backpack on, you cinch that down and it'll get things close to you. You get your load levelers, pull them down, make sure that your chest sternum strap is right here. That goes in here. This pack here does not have a whistle on it. This pack has a whistle. Need some help. Need to get somebody's attention. I carry a different whistle when I'm with me, a louder whistle. Doesn't weigh anything. Just put it in my pocket. Okay. So this is just one big bottle. Back here in the mesh again. This mesh here now is different from that mesh on this backpack because the mesh on this backpack here is bigger and you can fit more stuff. This is tighter. It's a little bit more difficult to put stuff in there. Here's my, this is a, being that they're not waterproof packs, this will go over the backpack to help so that it doesn't get so wet. Water's still gonna go in there. Water is gonna go in there because it'll come through here and you're gonna get wet. This suspension here, as you can see, is not like this one where you put your hand through here. I can't put my hand anywhere here. So your back's gonna sweat more with this kind of a back. With this kind of, yeah, goes up against your back. You're gonna get more wet, sweat more. It's one of the things to consider when you're getting a pack. What kind is best for you? I don't know. Whatever you like. To REI or any outfitter to get a backpack, I would suggest that you take into consideration, do they have a lid, do they not have a lid? If they don't have a lid like this one here, you're probably going to have a ditty bag. If you have one like this, I don't use a ditty bag whenever I use this over here. It's just something that I got used to. Here's one thing that I highly suggest. Like this backpack here, it's normally going to be purchased online because there's a lot of outfitters that don't carry it. I got this one here at a place called Nomad Ventures in Idlewild, California. They have a few different Nomad Ventures here in Southern California. They have one in Joshua Tree, they have one in Temecula, they have one in Idlewild, they have one in Escondido. I'm not sure exactly where else they have them at, but they carry this pack. One of the things that I highly recommend, you're not always going to be able to do this, I'd recommend that you try the pack on. This pack here has two different ULA circuit. They have a J frame, we call it, with shoulder straps, and that's more for men. My wife Olive Oil tried the circuit like this, and she said, this doesn't work for me. Well, she tried the one that has an S frame. It goes out like this more. Goes out more like that. And she really liked it. Worked for her very well. So you should really try it. A lot of times you can call the manufacturer of the backpack and ask them. They'll ask you a bunch of questions. You answer the questions, like your torso length from C2, which is the one you can fill up here, to the top of the ischial crest. You know, the skeleton that has those two hip bones on the side. The very top of that is called the ischial crest. You get that, and you get the level on the back from there to the C2 standing straight up. It's normally going to be anywhere from around, I don't know, it depends on your torso length, but I think mine's like 17 3/4. Some people are bigger, and that'll determine the size of the backpack. Now, some of them, like in the case of this one here, I'm right at the border. I'm guessing I probably should have gotten a smaller one. This one really constricts my hips a lot. One of the things that I recommend when you do get a backpack, if you get a backpack for overnight backpacking, is to try them on with heavy weight. Almost any backpack, if you put 15 pounds in there, you're really probably not going to notice much of a difference. Put 30 pounds in there. It's very conceivable that you will be carrying 30 pounds if you're going to be doing overnight or 2 or 3 night or a through hike or a section hike where you're multiple nights. It's very conceivable that you'll be carrying 30 pounds, depending on how much water you're taking, depending on how much food you're taking. And the last thing that you want to do is have 30 pounds on you and being miserable. And the only way you're going to tell is if you actually have those 30 pounds on you. One of the good things about REI is they have an awesome return policy. You can have something for up to a year. And 6 months down the road, you don't like it, turn it back. You can get things that are 65 liter, 70 liter, 34 liter, 30, 36 liters. I mean, there's so many different things when you get them. But these are some of the basic things. Hip pockets, no hip pockets. Top closure, drain or lid up on top. Things to consider when you're getting a backpack. Weight, style, pockets, no pockets on the hip belts, mesh on the back. I highly recommend mesh on the back. Highly recommend mesh on the back. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. The style of backpack that are out there. That you get something that you look through everything and you get what you decided on that works best for you. Because if not, you're probably going to be going through eventually getting a lot of backpacks. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. Thanks.